We are back with
Oh
another
yeah.
Speedys Multiverse, and we're gonna talk about our I don't know, like
Yeah.
what's the level of our favorite what's the level of DC on our favorite list?
Oh man, they're kind of low at the moment.
Mm.
But hey, I've got some potential good news
Oh,
here,
okay.
and um, as Marvel used to call DC Comics the distinguished competition,
Mm-hmm.
um, I, I just call them damaged comics now.
Oh man, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going DCU heavy
Yeah.
here. Uh, bring all your James Gunn hate.
There
So
you go.
we're going in.
There
We're
you
going in. We're gonna talk about it
go.
shortly. We got some interesting things. Some
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
I saw the menu. It's very interesting,
Yeah.
and we'll see. We'll see where it goes right now, ladies and gentlemen. Okay,
Yeah.
so hang out. Don't go nowhere. We're gonna hit the intro, and then we'll be back with what you guys are here for. We want to get all that juicy scoop, inside information from Mikey Sutton in about a minute or so. Hang on, okay? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Speedy's Multiverse. With, of course, the executive producer of the new Dreamwalker TV show, up and coming Dreamwalker TV show coming soon. And, of course, the comic book sensation of Dreamwalker, the creative mind behind that. And, of course, uh, uh, what's the word I want to editor in chief of geekositymag.com. Sorry, I had a brain.
It's okay.
Mr. Mikey Sutton.
I
How you doing,
I'm
sir?
a man of a million jobs, so how many titles do I have now? I don't
and
know.
and
Yeah.
YouTube connoisseur and of everything scoopable.
It's
Of,
weird that Speedy. I've been a YouTuber for 4 years now, and people call me YouTuber. I'm still like, I am. I swear I've been doing this since 2019. It's
oh
just a
man,
weird feeling, and it's like I'm a person who avoided YouTube for the longest time, and I'm
right.
actually a veteran now. I've logged in thousands of hours on various YouTube channels. Not the ones I'm being talked about either. That don't count for good or for bad.
Right.
Uh, Speaking of geekositymag.com,
Mm-hmm.
I left this out of the menu, Speedy, because I wasn't sure
Oh,
it'll be out in time.
giving me a surprise here. Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up. I wasn't ready, but it's okay. Tell me more. Tell me more.
um, so we have this article on geekositymag.com right now about Blue Beetle.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you on social media yesterday, you saw, actually, yeah, it was yesterday. Actually, it was 2 days ago. Um, Zack Snyder.
Oh
Uh,
yes, yes. It
yeah,
was, and they're still talking about it. I
they're
was
still
looking at
talking
it,
about it,
they're
right?
talking about it. I'll let you finish. Go ahead, finish and then I'll continue. Sorry.
He kind of shook fandom there
Yeah.
and startled everybody by giving an endorsement to Blue Beetle, which he had nothing to do with. That was part of the Walter Hamada regime.
Right.
The ones that didn't want Snyder back. They're the ones that said that Snyder versus a cul-de-sac. And Sarnoff, all those people that I scooped are gonna get fired, and they all got fired. So Zack Snyder shocked everybody by giving a ringing endorsement to Blue Beetle. I just want, and my article kind of clarified a few things. Number one, Zack Snyder has not seen the film. He's not giving it a thumbs up or anything. He just said that he's going to take his family to see it in the theater. That's all he said. Um, he's not like a film critic. Oh, I would give it a like 9 or 10 or anything like that.
Right.
But to him, Speedy, what's important about that film
Mm.
is representation. It is the first Latino superhero film.
That's true.
Um,
Oh, well, for DC, definitely.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so Zack Snyder is, giving it, full thumbs up for that alone. And let's not forget Zack Snyder's efforts in diversity as well, because he wanted to produce a film uh, starring the Asian Adam, which is Ryan Choi,
Right.
which, ironically, of all people, it was Walter Hamada, an Asian, that rejected that project. Um, how unfortunate is that? And then Marvel Studios comes out and beats him to it with Shang-Chi and the Legend of the 12 Rings.
Right.
Let's not forget that Zack Snyder wanted to do a cyborg film, and that was before Black Panther.
Oh,
Um,
wow. Okay.
and so there you go.
Yeah,
Um,
he was definitely a visionary of
yes,
what what would work in the cinema, and then
yeah,
just Marvel was beating him to the 1-2.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Everybody, Speedy, was Zack Snyder, like kind of pushing for this film that aesthetically is a complete opposite of his visual style and tone. This film is very upbeat looking, very colorful, kind of humorous at times.
Hmm.
The haters will call it campy and or whatnot, but
Right.
like, so some of the hardcore Snyder fans are like, Zach, what are you doing? This movie is like the antithesis of what you represent and everything. And there's Zach like telling everybody to go see it, but he's gonna go see it. Um, and so I was wondering, okay, did Zach just do this on a whim? I mean, this film is tracking very poorly.
Oh yeah.
Very, very poorly. I think the final my article has the quotes on the final box office, like final, like when it's everything ever
Hmm.
says is done. Uh, I think the low end is 27 million. The high end is like 44 million.
Yeah.
That's tragic. That's just horrible.
Yeah, for what they spent on it, I'm sure.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
probably spent 150 maybe or
I
more.
think I think
200 maybe.
120. At,
Oh
at
wow.
that point, keep it on HBO Max to that point, or Max they call it now.
Exactly.
You just keep
But
it there. Release Batgirl instead, right? You want
mhm.
diversity,
Yeah, there you go. But I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, it is what I mean. It's a C-list DC character. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not a household superhero name. I mean, it is what it is.
I think they're counting on maybe the younger crowd,
Mm,
maybe who saw Jaime Reyes on the cartoons,
right.
and of course there's a Cobra Kai appeal to it because that guy was in. And I love him in Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is a
Solo.
great show.
Solo. He
Yeah,
yeah, he's awesome.
yeah.
He was very entertaining in that show, and and I think he's gonna have a great future as an actor.
Oh yeah, same here.
It's
And,
unfortunate to see that this movie's just not the
yeah,
launch of his movie career that we would have hoped. You know what I mean?
well, I talked to an insider who saw the film. I said, "What do you think of it?" He goes, "I didn't realize Sony was doing DC movies now,"
Oh
which is that don't mean Spider-Man 2 either. I mean,
yeah,
like Venom and
Morbius.
those. You know,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
does
It
look like
wasn't on
a.
my list of things that I was ready to see. You know,
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
even
I
with or without the Zack Snyder
mean,
promo.
yeah, um,
I did catch Sil Abdul, the
yeah,
YouTube channel that's more
yeah.
popular than mine. But shout out to Sil.
Hey,
He went live right away
yeah,
when
it was big
Zack.
news.
Yeah, it was big news for his. for his audience
for
on
the yeah. I
he
mean,
he brought out everybody on the live show, and they were all going at it and their theories of what they think were happening.
well, it's a
But
shocker. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
but I was wondering, Speedy. I was like, you know what? I just got this feeling that somebody asked Zach to do this,
Oh yeah,
uh,
absolutely. Yeah, he
and
did a
because
solid.
the tracking was so bad that they needed something to give us some kind of a buzz, right? And it's ironic that the head of DC Studios himself, James Gunn, can't create a buzz for a film under his wing, right? Like,
Right.
and so my theory was that Warner Bros. Mike DeLuca, who is the
Mhm.
co-chair of Warner Brothers Pictures Group, my theory was that Mike DeLuca reached out to Zach, hey, can you mention Blue Beetle or something? I think Zach would have done it anyway, just because of representation.
Yeah,
Um, but let's not forget it was Mike DeLuca that enabled SnyderCon to happen, where
that's true.
they showed all those films and
They might have
said,
they might
yeah,
have cashed them chips in with him and said, "Hey, Zach, we need you to do a little,
do a favor for us, a quid pro quo,
help us out with a
right?
little. What do we even call it tweeting anymore? I don't
No,
even.
I don't know what it's called. No, Xing,
Yeah, thing.
which sounds nasty, but
Yeah, I'm sure Elon Musk likes that though.
for sure. So my theory is that Mike DeLuca asked him, and Zach did him a favor. But here's the thing, though: will it have an effect? Will this give Blue Beetle that bump? We don't know. I mean, I think it'll be up to the audience. Did it change any minds though? Because there are people out there who want to boycott DC. Um, it may have. I mean, we'll see. I mean, it could have hurt. But here's the interesting part, Speedy, if I did my article on this. Zach's tweet,
Mm-hmm.
just him saying he's going to see with his family, that got 14.1 million views in 24 hours.
Wow, I didn't even look at it to be honest with you. I'm sorry.
That's a lot. But
Yeah.
here's the funny part. What should have been like 100 times bigger news, James Gunn confirming that David Cornsweet is Superman. Only got 7.5 million views in
Wow.
30 days. 30 days, like, I mean,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
definitely. Zach has a bigger outreach than you know, at least for this for DC stuff than James Gunn right now. James Gunn, I don't know. I think his whole approach has been iffy. So, with social media as far as DC. So
It just like wow, how much more popular can Zach be that he can get like 41 million views in 24 hours, and a Superman casting announcement only gets 7 million views
yeah,
in over a month. That's just crazy.
yeah, it's a problem. It's definitely a problem that they gotta figure out over there in uh,
Yeah.
WBD.
Can you
So
imagine when Hugh Jackman is done as Wolverine? I mean,
mhm.
it's really really done. When he's finished his MCU stuff, when he's done with Secret Wars, and then Kevin Feige announces, let's say Marvel Studios on Twitter, whatever you want to call it now, announces a new Wolverine. You better bet it's gonna get more than 7 million views in a month.
Oh
That's
yeah,
gonna get a
mm,
ton of views, you know. But to me, there should be concern on DC side that James Gunn's decisions are just not popular, and because let's flip this around, speed. Let's say Henry Cavill
mhm,
was announced by James Gunn
mhm,
in Man of Steel 2. He would have broken the internet, you know.
sure.
But really, it's crickets in comparison, and it should give them concern about Superman Legacy going forward because I know it's early, but the buzz just isn't there, man.
Yeah,
you know,
it's unfortunate. Sure is. I'll tell you that.
you know. So anyway, I just wanted to say that GeekOssityMag.com has the whole story.
Yeah, go read it
Yeah,
right now, ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen.
yeah, yeah.
GeekOsityMag.com. So
Yep,
fresh off the presses over there. Read about
yep,
Zack Snyder's Hail
yep.
Mary for the Blue
Totally.
Beetle movie. There you go. That's what we'll call it. T- tell Sir Abdul he could steal that. Okay.
There you go.
There you
There you go.
go. So let's keep talking
Yeah.
about
All right.
we're on the DC thing right now.
Yep.
We got this Superman Legacy project in the works. By the
Yep.
way, I did see the announcements for the animated shows, the animated movie.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah. Crisis and
yeah, Crisis, and I'm more excited about that.
actually, I am too.
Honestly,
Yeah.
the
I
animated that was
want.
good.
Yeah, I would want to see a really well done animated Crisis.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be dope. Yeah, but
Uh,
let's see. What you
yeah.
got something about Superman Legacy? Like, yeah, something we
Yeah.
don't know yet. So
Yeah.
tell us.
Sort of. Uh, so on my show with Skywalker the Jedi last night
Mhm.
shift.
Okay.
Um, I revealed that the villain for Superman Legacy is Brainiac. Um, that sounds familiar.
Yes,
Uh,
that sound very familiar. Sounds familiar to the original Man of Steel
yeah,
2
yeah,
idea. Yeah.
yeah. So, sometime last year, when DeLuca was still in charge of DC in the interim, before James Gunn was there, I scooped that Man of Steel 2, the villain was going to be was Brainiac. Um, that's what I heard. I said,
Yeah.
Brainiac is a
I
villain. It's
remember
gonna,
that. I
yeah.
think you even did it here on this channel.
I think I
If
probably did,
I
right?
go back far enough, and I'll probably
Yeah.
go.
And so, and it's one of the most bittersweet scoops I ever had, Speedy, because
Mhm.
it was confirmed after it was canceled that was a plan for Man of Steel 2.
Right.
Like that's the worst scoop confirmed ever
Yeah.
because
Because now it's not gonna happen. It
it's not
sucks.
gonna happen. It was confirmed because it was canceled.
Yeah.
Like crap. Um, and so now I heard that James Gunn is gonna have Brainiac as a villain for Superman Legacy, and
Okay.
I thought, oh man, it's not gonna play well with the fans because you took away Brainiac versus Henry Cavill already, and they have James Gunn writing and directing,
Mhm.
which hardcore DC fans do not want to see him do DC anymore. But you're gonna have him doing Brainiac. Oh, people are like afraid. Like, what's he gonna do with Brainiac? Is he gonna make him goofy or what?
Right.
You have no faith in this project, Speedy. Knowing that I'm a very optimistic person, to me, I go by track record.
Well,
What
you rode with Secret Invasion all the way.
all the way, man. And look, I mean, the track record is just not good. I mean, my opinion. And
Mhm.
look, I love James Gunn's work with the MCU. I love his work there.
Right.
Um, I
But
haven't seen Guardians 3. It's not because I don't want to see it, because I just didn't get a chance to see it.
right. It's actually
It's,
really it's pretty
it's
good.
coming on Disney Plus, right? So
Yes. Yes.
I love the holiday special. That was good.
Mhm.
The first Guardians, one of my all-time favorite movies. I saw it like 7 times, I think. I love that movie so much. Lion 2 was decent. It wasn't as great as the first one, but what
True.
can be as great
I
as you know?
Yeah.
Um, so I love his DC work. I mean, he loved his Marvel work. His DC work, I did not like Suicide Squad at all. Peacemaker, especially at the end where they really crap on the Justice League there at the end. Uh,
Yeah.
didn't like how they turned Vigilante and Judo Master into jokes. I really did not like that at all. I actually have very fond memories of Judo Master when I was a kid. I used to read some of his old comic books. And so James Gunn doing Brainiac does not in any way excite me, and I know some Snyder fans I spoke to last night when I was on night shift. They're like, "Oh God, this is terrible." Um, so what I'm hearing, Speedy, is that Brainiac is going to be is see Superman Legacy needs that big third act, right? All
Right.
superhero films have that big third act,
Right.
um, and this is where Brainiac fits in. Um, whereas most of the film really is going to involve, and I said this a long time ago, going to involve basically Lois and Clark.
Right.
The '90s Lois and Clark show,
Hmm.
where it's going to play off on the chemistry of the actors and everything, and part of this is budgetary reasons as well. Discovery has tremendous debt right now.
Oof.
Barbie's not going to help because Barbie's gonna hit $1 billion. Right now, it's almost 800 million already.
Right.
Uh, but here's the problem with
Well, and
Barbie.
Barbie was Universal too, or
No, it's Warner Brothers. It's
Warner?
Warner
Oh, it
Brothers.
was Warner Brothers. Okay,
Yeah.
but you figured like they use that money.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They cut a deal um, where Discovery, I believe, only gets 25% of the box office for
Wow,
Barbie because Mattel put most of the money.
I see. Okay,
So it makes $1.5 billion. Well, Mattel's gonna get most of that money.
yeah.
You know, so it's like a Joker. The Joker, Warner did not get most of the money from the Joker because they didn't want to do it.
Hmm.
They didn't want to. They didn't have the faith in Joker at all.
Right.
Makes $1 billion,
Yeah.
and
So
um,
they've been losing bets left and right.
losing left and right. Like
Yeah.
they put all their money into a
And they get
film.
kicked out of the casino. So it means
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. There you go. Yeah,
it's not
like
working out for them.
they
The
put all their
blackjack
money.
table, the blackjack table's taking all their money.
Yeah, and the house always wins, right?
The house always wins, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody tells you anything different, it's a
that's
lie.
why that's why they're set up that way. You know what I mean? Come
That's
on, the house always gonna win. You
that's
know,
right.
they're gonna give you enough chances to win to get you addicted, keep
Yep,
coming back. But most of the time, the house is gonna win.
that's right. It will always
so
win.
so um so they can't even really celebrate Barbie that much. I mean, they're okay in terms of public image. It's great for them. It's
Mhm.
great PR that Discovery has a huge hit on their hands. Uh, and I'm sure going forward they'll have more favorable deals, unless they sign a long term with Mattel. I don't know. Um, but Brainiac is apparently the villain of this thing. It's a third act that's gonna have all the action you guys really want. But one of my sources told me this is why Mr. Terrific is in this movie, because Mr. Terrific is gonna have to provide that scientific knowledge to fight against Brainiac. Now, some of you caught my original Brainiac scoop from last year.
Mhm.
I said Cyborg was gonna be in there. So basically, what Gunn did was take Cyborg out, put in the black guy in
Wow.
there.
So he's literally recycling the thing.
Exactly, it's recycling. And he was really pissed off some fans when I was talking about this last night. Like, holy shit, you just replaced Cyborg with Mr. Terrific. I said, yeah, you know,
Wow.
and and so that's why you have all these other superheroes in there, like Guy Gardner, Green Lantern,
Hmm.
um, and yeah, and Metamorpho and things like that, because they to be able to fight against the Brainiac. So
Very interesting.
yeah.
Very, very interesting. But I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, I guess I just want to see the final product. Let's get a trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
Get a film. Let's get a trailer. Let's go.
We'll
You know?
see.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, put the product out.
yeah,
That's a lot of talk. That's all I see is a lot of talk.
yeah.
A lot of I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna do Creature Commandos. We're gonna do different things
Oh god.
differently, and we're gonna make everything be the same from the same universe. The
Yeah.
anime, the live action, and the games. Okay, I
Well,
want to
it's
see the
what.
I want to see the work. I
Yeah.
want to see the
Well,
work. You know,
well.
like
What,
unlike the professor in the math class. Like, show me the work. Show me how you're gonna get to that.
well,
Yeah.
it's like what Scylla Abdul scooped about, and James Gunn tried to debunk him. Um, that David Zaslav forced these characters into the film
Hmm.
to showcase the DC universe to potential buyers,
Oh
which is
wow! Wait a
Comcast.
second. Okay, so hold on. Let me, because I didn't know about this. So you mean James Gunn went at Sil Abdul on the X thing
Yeah, he did.
and tried
Yeah.
to debunk him?
Uh huh. Yeah. And he said that's not true. Um, and
I didn't know that,
um,
or at least Sil
yeah.
hasn't decided to talk
Okay.
about that a lot.
Yeah. Here's what happened. So Hill had the scoop up on his Twitter that David Zaslav was basically stuffing a turkey, basically.
Right, and that makes
Um,
sense to me.
yeah.
Like I've
Yeah.
heard that
Totally
scoop
makes sense.
I've heard that scoop from Sil Abdul's channel.
Yeah.
And that makes
eh,
sense to me, and I
Yeah.
accept. for what it is, or if it's true or not, whatever. But I can see the logic behind it.
Yeah, and and so he's gonna do the same thing with Brave and the Bold and put all these other characters in there, and it makes perfect sense because think about this. Here's the part that really makes this very clear.
Mm,
Originally, James Gunn was saying that it's a Superman story. It's not going to set up any other films and so on and so forth. You mean to tell me you're going to have the Justice League in this movie, and it's not going to set up a Justice League film? Come on, you
yeah,
know?
I'm gonna put the comment that Mister J
Yeah.
310 put up because I guess the entire DC world will be in all the movies.
Well, it pretty much is really. I mean,
Every
um,
movie's a Justice League movie. You want a Justice League sequel?
exactly.
Every movie's a Justice League movie.
So, um,
Superman Legacy, Justice League
it's
movie.
Justice League. Yeah.
Batman, Brave and the Bold, Justice League movie.
Yeah.
Creature Commandos, Justice League movie. Why not? It's animated. It could get even crazier.
Well, there's also a rumor that part of this film takes place in the Middle East. I'm like, wait, is this Black Adam now? You
Yeah.
have you have the JLI instead of
Hmm.
JSA.
Hmm. Okay.
Like, oh, we can't have we can't have Hawkman. We'll put Hawk Girl in instead, right? I mean,
And I get it. I get why they want it. They want to reboot, but I don't know.
yeah. So this should have been just a Superman film. It's no longer just a Superman film. Now Gunn is trying to, like I say, he went after Syl. He was the only member of our group that he hadn't gone after yet. He'd gone after Skywalker, went after him. I was the first one he went after. Um, and everybody else now, he's gone after. So the reason how this happened is that Bounding in the comics
Mm.
covered Syl Abdul Scoop. Um,
Oh, okay. So James felt like he had to
yeah.
speak out,
It's a flex,
deflect.
and so I hadn't covered Soul Scoop. If you notice, I haven't been on Geekosity.com that much.
Mm-hmm.
I just got
Yeah,
so
you're busy with your
busy.
own things. Yeah.
Yeah, I got so much things going on,
Right.
and so Bending the Comics. That's when Gunn went after Syl on his Twitter, like no, it's not accurate, not true, whatever. Come on, Gunn. We all know this is true,
Mm.
and here's the problem with Gunn's validity now. Let's not forget it's the same guy that said that Ben Affleck wanted to work with his studio. He said Ben Affleck was interested in working with
Right.
me.
And then Ben Affleck debunked that, and so an interview.
Absolutely not. More than
Interview.
debunk. He just trashed
Yeah,
it.
he trashed the idea.
Absolutely not. And so you have no credibility, Gun. Um, and so that's how it all transpired. But yeah, there you go.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's the scoop on Superman Legacy. Okay, and you know,
Oh,
just call it Man of Steel 2. Just call it that.
yeah.
Man of
Yeah,
Steel 2.
exactly. Totally. Yeah.
Man of Steel 2 Lights International.
Too late to show. Oh man, that sounds horrible. That's true. That's true. Can you
Uh,
imagine if he had the audacity to call it James Gunn's Man is Still True? You imagine
oh
the
man, that would be
oh,
some big cojones. I'll tell you that.
I mean, walking disaster. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
But I mean, like I said, no trailer, no, no even no,
Uh,
there's no principal photography happening yet. Nothing.
nope, nope.
So it's all smoke and mirrors to me.
Yep,
Like
so it is. Yeah.
and when they start working on it, and I say, okay, see
There
what they
you
come
go.
with, Until then, I have a feeling they'll sell before anything happens
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point.
because it becomes a brand management thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
you know. And I don't think versus Disney might have the pocketbook to dig brands out of a brand management situation
Yeah.
they've
Yeah.
hole they've been in. That has yet to be determined, but I
Yep.
can see Disney doing that.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers, we know they're a little strapped.
Yeah.
A little
Oh, big
tight.
time.
It's
Big
a little
time.
tight over there. Instead of instead of coffee, they're ordering Diet Cokes, Yeah. So
There you
what
go.
happens? We'll see what happens with that. I hope it's a great movie, to be honest with you, because that's what we
Well,
need. We need some cohesion and some
yeah, yeah,
unity. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Instead of division. There you go. What all brands, you know,
yeah.
and that's my
Hey,
public
more good movies are better no matter where they're, no matter what
exactly
studio, right? So,
exactly. Just make a good movie. You
yeah.
know, you're gonna do all this stuff. Great, make it slap. You got one shot. It's like Eminem. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, you know what I mean? Like go all out. Go
Uh,
James Young crazy. You know, that's what I say. But
yeah,
that might cost a lot of money. But Matt Reeves, that's
yeah.
talk about a money maker right there. Is that a golden ticket for D? Is that their golden goose?
Well, you know what? It's almost like a an alternative DC, if you
Yeah,
will. I mean, Matt Reeves doing the Elseworlds
yeah,
part of it. The
exactly.
difference with Matt Reeves' Elseworlds is that he's got actually an actual world, not just a one shot type of thing. That he's
Right, and it's got his
actually
own his own vibe and its own darkness
exactly.
to it and stuff.
So again, I'm going off Still Abdul here. He said that they're gonna kind of build off on Matt Reeves' world, his Elseworld, and create some spin-off movies. And obviously you have the Penguin show coming out now,
Right.
um, which actually looks good. That actually looks better than Batman to me. Um, and so what
I
I'm
thought
hearing,
Batman until the end. Yeah, and I think I don't know. You know, I liked it. I thought the ending could have been a lot better, more cohesive, more Batman. You know,
yeah,
more Batman-esque. But it is what it is. I get it. He's trying
yeah.
to make a vulnerable and learning Batman. You know, so
Well, what I heard, I mean, aside from what Sil said, they're gonna kind of beef up
mm.
his world, because really it's a backup plan. Um,
Oh yeah.
and Zaslav said already that I couldn't believe he said this. He
Mm.
said that 2/3 of the DC movies coming out probably aren't going to be any good. They're probably going to fail. And
Yeah.
I was
Why
like,
would he say that in public? What's wrong with him?
that's shocking to me. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, did he just say that? Like 1/3 or half. I'm like, holy shit.
Why would he say that in public? Like that's not even cool. You know what I mean? Even if
Yeah.
that's true, it's still not cool. You know?
Well, like they're throwing people under the bus already,
Yeah.
And they're supposed to calm down shareholders, I guess.
Exactly.
Um, but what I was told, Speedy, is that Matt Reeves is going to be more open to putting fantasy elements in his DC films.
Interesting.
Uh, the Batman was so grounded, right?
Right.
Um, but I heard that he's starting to open up the idea of having more sci-fi elements in his Batman movies. Um,
It could
and
work.
yeah, it could work. I mean,
Maybe
I
like
prefer
Green Lantern.
that.
No?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's been rumors of Mister Freeze showing up in the Batman 2,
Mm-hmm.
and I was kind of worried about that. But if he does become
Yeah.
more
Mr.
open
Freeze.
to the sci-fi element, then great. I mean, there's a scientific way you can do Mister Freeze anyway.
Yeah. I think
Um,
maybe like a character like Clayface would be a little bit of a stretch in the
yeah.
universe. Possible.
Oh, well, Clayface was one of the projects that Reeves is planning on. So,
Oh, okay.
so
All right.
and again, like, you can kind of
Yeah.
stretch the science on this one. Maybe
Yeah.
there is,
Yeah.
you know, I'm all for it
I mean,
because
it is fantasy at the end of the day.
it is, yeah, come on. Batman himself,
Yeah.
no way that can exist in real life anyway. Come on, he'll get his face blown off. You
Right.
know what I mean? There's just no way he can exist.
Exactly.
Uh, so, so I'm actually excited about this, Speedy. I'm actually excited about Matt Reeves. And look, people who know me, who have watched me on video, know
Mhm.
it took me 5 months to finish the Batman. I just was not into it.
Right.
Um,
It's okay.
but this, I'm actually looking forward to this because at least it'll be serious.
Mhm.
At least, like, if Matt Reeves had done the Vigilante instead, I actually would have preferred it. He wouldn't have been a joke. He would have been a
Right.
serious, psychotic anti-hero. Um, and so I'm placing my cards in Matt Reeves right now, um, because I think there's more hope with what he's doing. Ironically enough, in fact, I was thinking of watching the Batman again just to see if I changed my mind after all this time. I just can't sit in front of the TV for 3.5 hours.
Right.
You
I can watch
but
the parts.
maybe watch it in parts again.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, watching the parts and see if
Yeah,
it resonates better now.
yeah.
Um,
And I didn't see it in the theater, but I think my feet would have hurt
uh,
hearing that one.
I did.
Yeah.
I did go to the theater and see it. I don't
Okay.
know if I saw a preview of it. I might have seen a screener,
Oh, okay.
maybe.
You
Um,
know, movies are just too long, man. I mean,
yeah, you are
um,
getting along.
give me 2.5 hours a week, but not three, 3.5.
I was actually
No.
happy. I got a screener of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the new one, the
Yeah, yeah,
one, and it was hour and 40 minutes, maybe. You know,
yeah.
in and out,
That's
and it was
short.
good.
Wow,
You know, it was decent. I was like, yeah,
awesome.
good. You know, but the other ones, I don't know. We'll see. What's the so I seen a lot of I was watching Sil Abdul, all right?
Yeah, yeah.
Watching his he was talking and he was bringing up Christopher Nolan a lot, okay? And I know it was on the menu. So I know Sil Abdul shoots straight, you know.
Yeah,
Um and I know we got a sale going on. Christopher Nolan is dealing with Comcast is Universal
yeah,
technically,
yep, yep,
right?
yep.
Comcast is
Oppenheimer, yeah.
yeah, Oppenheimer and the other team, you know. Um and you know they're the rumored buyers or
Yeah,
interested party for would they buy all of Warner Brothers or would they just buy
not
DC?
all of it. They buy all
Okay,
of it. Yeah.
yeah, all of it. Okay, okay. So they get everything: Bugs Bunny, Donald Duck, all that stuff. So I
Oh
can see
yeah.
why that would be cool for them. Um, uh, I don't understand how that works for like the parks and stuff because I know there's a lot of Bugs Bunny and DC and all those Six Flags,
But that's
Universal.
included. They get everything. You know
Wow.
the
Yeah,
parks and whatever else that
yeah, yeah.
Warner's owns.
That's interesting.
Uh,
That's
so
interesting.
Comcast is a front runner to buy Warner Brothers. That's
Right.
really they're not the only ones though, because I was told the other day there might be some. I call them eBay snipers.
Oh,
Uh,
eBay snipers, yeah. So what? So who's a player like that? Who's got that kind of coin as far as a
well,
company or and like Apple?
well, yeah, and let's not forget that Comcast themselves were eBay snipers before.
True.
They tried to buy Fox,
Yes, they did.
and they lost,
Hmm.
and so they're hungry. They're hungry for get their own studio
Right.
to, especially for all the streaming they can do.
It
You
makes
know,
sense to me too because I'm sure they're gonna have an empty part of Universal Orlando when they lose the Marvel superheroes, which they're
yeah,
gonna lose eventually. You know.
you know. Here's the thing I find interesting, and I got this information about a month or so ago.
Mhm.
Um, the most successful shows on streaming networks right now, most of the most successful shows are old shows that we all saw on TV or
Right.
cable. They are very, very successful. I mean, like, Friends and everything.
Hmm.
Um, the big one right now is Suits on Netflix.
Oh, my wife was. I've watched
Oh,
Suits and I enjoyed
I
Suits.
love Suits,
But
man.
my
I
wife
was,
is watching Suits again just because. I'm
yeah,
like, really, Suits again? Like we watched this. She's like, I just put it on because I like it.
that theme song, gets stuck in my head.
Yeah,
I
I've been
thought,
watching the Justice League animated again on
yeah,
Netflix. That's what I've been doing.
I,
Yeah.
I thought the two leads, Mike Ross and I thought they were like Batman and Robin to me on that
Oh
show.
yeah, yeah. No,
Really
that's a great show.
great chemistry, and so I used to watch it on USA Network back in their golden days, and now it's huge on Netflix. So there is so much value in these old shows on Speedy, and so that's what Universal is looking at, the having the
The catalog.
that's where I was looking for.
Mhm.
Um, and so eBay Sniper. I am hearing at Netflix the potential eBay Sniper and all this.
Okay. All right. Well, it goes back to sell the sniper.
Exactly, exactly. Why just buy ZSJL? They can buy the whole company, right?
Exactly. Buy the whole thing and decide what they want to do. Yeah. That would be interesting.
there is a rumor going around
Mhm.
um, that Christopher Nolan has some hand in the whole Comcast thing. That Christopher Nolan wants to restore the Snyderverse
Oh,
through Universal.
and
Yeah,
interesting tidbit. Christopher Nolan was the executive producer of
yeah,
Man of Steel, right? For the
yeah,
at least the
yeah,
first Man of Steel. Right? I don't know if he
yeah.
did did he do Batman and Superman versus
No,
Superman?
no, just Man of Steel.
Yeah, so he was that was originally
Uh,
the plan. Like,
yeah.
I had a feeling like from that he was the executive producer, and I thought that Man of Steel was gonna get somehow introduced to a Christopher Nolan
Yeah.
Batman, and then it became something else, But
Yeah. Well, I'm here to say it's not true that Christopher Nolan is going to get involved in restoring a Snyderverse.
ooh,
Um, I was told from multiple sources that no,
they're all
that's not.
booing. They're all booing. Oh,
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
uh,
Um, Nolan is so focused on his own work um, that he's not going to get involved in any of this. I mean, he's not going to do any more superhero projects. Period. Anyway. Um, I know Zach's his friend, but that's not how Hollywood works. You
right.
know what I mean? Um, like, what do I get out of this? And so, no, I'm afraid I just want to put that rumor to rest that Nolan is not going to be influencing Comcast in any way. Comcast already wants Warner Brothers for various reasons. Um, I don't know if the Cineverse is one of the reasons why they want to buy Warner Brothers.
Mm,
Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but I just do know that Nolan's not going to be involved in any of this. It's a fairy tale. So I just want to put that to rest because
okay.
you know,
Hmm.
here and hey, this is first Universe. No, no, that's fiction. It's not going to work. So.
Yeah.
I
Well,
just
that's
threw cold
unfortunate.
water, potential cold water on good news, but no, it's fake. So
It is what it is,
it
ladies
is
and
what it is.
gentlemen. It
So
is what it is. Well, there you go. I think we had everything we want to talk about today,
yeah,
Mikey. Unless there's something else that
no, I just want to preview next week's show. Um, we are doing an all Star Wars special.
Oh, okay. All right.
And the topic of the episode, Speedy, will be Star Wars after Kathleen Kennedy.
Nice. I like it already.
Because my Lando scoop
Mhm.
from 2019 is becoming true.
That's right.
In 2019, I said that Billy D. Williams was going to come back for this along with Donald Glover.
Mhm.
Um, and what it's going to be like, they're going to have flashbacks to the past and jump to the present time. And it's exactly how this is turning out because Billy D.
It's gonna be
Williams.
the show that everybody's wanted to see,
Okay,
or
yeah,
at least, or the show that people would accept for Orlando.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that
Mhm.
the guy just really loves the character. Um, but Bill D. Williams is teasing his return. Yeah, he's coming back. Like I scooped back in 2019. They've been discussing it back then.
Nice.
Um, well, Kathleen Kennedy has 1 year left, or probably less than a year. Her contract runs out in 2024. She's gone.
Okay.
Look at the future, Speedy.
All right.
Look at Star Wars post Kennedy,
Post Kennedy.
and we'll have a lot of good news, a lot of
I
bombs.
hear it because I follow uh some other YouTubers it's like the Star Wars theory guy. And he has the Josh guy, the Den of Nerds guy that got owned by James Gunn. I watch their shows.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
I watch them talk their stuff. I like theory a little bit better than Josh.
Yeah.
But I listen to them. I check them out.
Yeah.
What they're talking about, and they're talking about like if Ahsoka bombs, they're done. Like they're gonna like stay away from Star Wars. Period.
Well, we're gonna focus on theatrical, which we'll discuss
Mhm.
next week. We'll go into it.
All right, all
Like
right,
some
cool.
exciting times ahead.
Yeah. All right, I'm excited. All right, thank you,
So,
Mikey. Thank you for hanging out
thank
with
you.
me here on the
All right.
show. We'll talk
Take care,
more
buddy.
about we'll do the Star Wars thing next time.
Yeah,
Let
we'll
me know
do.
when you are available and we'll be live here, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure if you're
Woohoo!
watching this anywhere else that's not the YouTube channel, the Speedys Multiverse YouTube channel. Do me a favor, give YouTube a chance. Give us a subscribe over there. That's the main channel. All right. If you're
Yep.
watching anywhere else, because we're trying to pull some traffic over there to the YouTube channel. So go ahead, come to
Great.
the YouTube channel, give us a subscribe over here. Mikey comes with great scoops, and I also do my other podcast, Geek Culture Congress podcast. We do it live as well on the YouTube channel, and you'll get notified by that. Thank you so much, Mikey. Have a good
Thank
one.
you. Take
Evening.
care, buddy.
Next
We'll
time.
see you.
Bye bye.
Woohoo!